everybody? This is DJ Lionhead, and this is the Support Your Boy podcast. And we have a guest today. He is a street fighter. Again, he is a Street Fighter winner. First round winner. He's the one, the only Holden.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the podcast, man. So, one question I want to ask you. Yeah, it is a good question. How did you feel about your first round win?
Honestly, I felt pretty great. I was very, very surprised. That's not what I thought was going to happen. I thought I would have a little more, resistance, I guess, because you kind of just went down immediately, but I was very happy with the performance.
Okay. So what is your, what martial art do you normally practice? Is it MMA?
I'd say most specifically, I started out like boxing kind of early on, so I really do favor my hands, but I've been kind of able to work on my kickboxing and stuff like that, but I need to catch up in the grappling for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so boxing is your first
100%.
If you as far as your win, do you plan on going into any other organizations other than StreetBeef?
Oh, for sure. I definitely want to. I kind of want to use StreetBeef to build off and create like a more of a social gathering, I guess, or presence on social media, and then kind of see how far I can go into amateur and maybe even pro.
That's dope. Let's see here. As far as anybody on StreetBeef, is there anybody who is interested in fighting?
I'll fight anybody. I'll stay true to that. I feel like I can fight anybody anywhere. I'm not really scared of anybody, but yeah, I mean, I'll take whatever fight. That's my kind of mindset. Yeah.
Awesome. I like that mindset.
I'm an entertainer. Yeah.
Yeah. So, is there any other organizations you fan other than just StreetBeef?
StreetBeefs was my first kind of like MMA fight, but I did do kickboxing my first year of college. I competed in a couple tournaments with that. I was able to win. But other than that, just high school wrestling for a year or two.
Okay. So the most that you have experience in is in boxing.
Yeah.
Have you had any boxing matches?
Not any real ones, but I've been boxing in backyards since I was like 14, 15. So I'm kind of already used to this.
Okay. So it's fair to say you have hands.
Oh yeah. That's one thing I take pride in. I definitely have some hands.
Okay. So for the first, let's play a game here called Let's Make a Tutorial.
All right.
So for the first time, let's say I'm gonna go ahead and go on StreetBeef looking like this. It would be hilarious.
Yeah.
So if I was gonna go StreetBeef, but I wanted you to give me some experience on what should I expect coming into StreetBeef. Give me 3 things I'm gonna need in order to be prepared.
Okay, I'd say first things first, I would definitely try and tweak the defense, make sure we're like defensively sound. That's going to be probably the most important thing. I would also say definitely composure is one of those really, really important things in that kind of environment. Just being able to keep calm and find your shots and find the sequences that you're looking for. And like technique wise, I guess it would be kind of hard to teach you in like a couple of seconds or like a couple of minutes, but I'd definitely say I'd say probably try and like distance management would be like my number one kind of focus. Get hit or like hit and don't get hit, if that makes sense.
For sure.
Go. Yeah.
Minimize the hit.
Yeah, 100%. It's the most important thing.
So when you're in the middle of the fight and people are yelling, I know you hear it. You try to ignore it, but I know you hear it.
Yeah.
My question is how can you ignore it when they try to tell you to do something like, give him a body shot?
Yeah.
And you're so worked on the head,
Yeah, you can definitely hear it, and it gets tempting. They'll scream some random stuff out, and you're like, should I do that? Should I not? You kind of got to feel it out, but I like I said, I'm kind of an entertainer. I just want everybody to be happy, so I'm gonna go in there and pretty much do whatever they want me to do.
Gotcha. Now, here's another question I had for you guys.
Yes,
When
sir.
you're in between rounds, sometimes you're against the fence. Your trainer's right behind the pit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
My question is, how much of his tutelage are you taking to the next round, or if you know, or the round period?
I definitely say I'm definitely taking into account what he's saying, and I'm kind of trying to listen to what he's seeing out there and what I can do differently, like what shots are catching me, where he sees some openings, certain things like that.
Oh, okay, okay.
But I
Now you said,
definitely trust my coach.
okay. Now you said you had some kickboxing,
Yes, sir.
right?
I have.
And
Sorry.
so no problem. How did that go?
So I kind of just went into college and it was like kind of like a sport they offered. So I went ahead and tried it out and I actually ended up undefeated. I think it was like 8-0 or something and I was able to win our tournament. So that was nice.
Oh, what's
Yeah,
the
that was
most
super fun.
what's the most effective kick in your
Ooh.
experience out of all your players?
The most effective kick for me would have to be my teep. It's just I'm
Oh,
such a
nice one.
different build from like everybody else. Like 6'2", 145 pounds, you don't really see that. So I'm able to keep my distance
Yeah.
with that.
You
Yeah.
see hit him with that motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, get away from me. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, okay, I like that. I like that. Now, what it was the biggest hit you've received? Well, what was the most painful kick you've ever received?
Kick.
Yeah.
So actually, funny story. In the same kickboxing tournament, I was facing, I believe it was a karate black belt, and
Okay.
I hadn't really learned how to defend all the kicks yet. So he went to go throw the right roundhouse kick, and I just had to eat it right on the chin, and it hit me right in the face, no defense. I was like, oh, what was that? But I was able to eat it and just push forward for the knockout.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's the most painful punch you received, whether in
Ooh.
a street fight or in professional?
I would, yeah, I would say that definitely would have to be the liver shot. When
Oh
they find
yeah.
the right spot, there's nothing you can
Oh,
really do. It kind of just shuts down your whole body, and
oh my god.
it's there's no defense for that. You gotta prepare ahead, do your crunches.
Have you ever thought of probably, because I thought about this, I took boxing too, but
Yeah.
I'm what you would call, what my friend calls a cafeteria martial artist. But this is what he means, that like say a new boxing team would open up, right? And they say,
Right.
hey, 2 weeks free. I'm there. And in two
Oh,
weeks, I'm
100%.
out of there. I am
Yeah.
out of there. And then I
Hey,
would say, oh look, kung fu over there, 2 weeks free. And I learned all I did how to do is fall.
yeah. Hey, I
That's
don't
what I
blame you.
did. That's what I did at the time. I didn't have money like that.
Yeah.
But
Get it where you can,
yeah, exactly. So,
for sure.
um, did you take a martial arts professionally, or just more like training and gym?
No, I definitely want to have a professional career in martial arts. I just have to really kind of dial in, and I think I have a good chance. I mean, I just have to keep things rolling and stay really sharp and focused.
So, would you say that your weakness at this time, just at this time on street,
Right.
would be the ground game?
That's the thing is, I haven't really like tested it yet, but
Oh,
I kind of feel good about it.
okay, that's
So
good.
we'll see.
That's good.
I have
That's
a couple
good.
of tricks up my sleeve for sure, though.
Are you actually do you live too far from Street Beef where you are, or not too far at all?
Actually, I'm like 30 minutes away.
What?
It's perfectly close. I kind of just want to fight. Like I want to start fighting like every month. Such a good opportunity to get my name out there and things like that.
So, do you plan on going back to Street Beef soon?
Yeah, I'm actually planning to go fight February, and then we'll see if I stay healthy. I want to fight March, April, May. Just keep it going. I want that belt.
So, after you have that fight in February, you gotta come back here. We gotta get you back on here. We gotta hear about your second win to keep it
Yeah,
going.
100%.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. So, what was I going to ask you? Let's just say you have 10 wins in Street
Right.
Beef, right? And you only have one loss, 10 wins. Do you
Okay.
think that's a good enough record to try to take it to the amateurs? And then,
Absolutely. I feel like the only difference between street beefs and amateur is kind of like the environment. And
right,
I like the rawness of street beefs, but I feel like there's guys with less skill fighting amateurs and then in the yard. There's some real killers that come
yeah,
to street beef.
yeah, I've heard about that. Some guys who are like in the amateurs, come to
Oh
Street
yeah.
Beef. You know what I mean? I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of guys like that. I believe Wing C, he's fighting amateur now. He's
Yeah,
knocking guys out. Mike, he's fighting on a big stage. So there's
yeah,
definitely a path for sure.
yeah. Shout out to Wing C. He's been on the podcast
Yeah,
with
he's
me.
the man. He's the
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I also noticed that you also know the big homie Sawzone.
Salazar's my man. I haven't met him in real life, but he's awesome, man. We've been able to talk on Instagram. I kind of pick his brain on the whole fighting thing. He's an amazing dude. Him and Silent Menace.
Oh,
Those guys are
Simon
awesome.
is pretty dope too.
Yeah, those guys are legit.
So, what as far as what's the difference between the boxing gloves and the street beef gloves? Are they
Yeah.
lighter, heavier?
So MMA is gonna be the 4 ounce gloves, and then the boxing is way bigger. They're like sparring gloves are like 16, 14 ounces, and then fight gloves are like 10. So the problem with the small gloves is like all the shots can kind of slip through from all these different kind of smaller directions. It makes it a lot harder to defend.
So which one hurts more?
Definitely the MMA gloves. I mean, I haven't got caught clean in a fight with that yet, but in training, it's just there's nothing there. It's just straight knuckle.
Have you ever fought a guy and you knocked him down, or even knocked him out to the point where you're actually worried for him?
So yes, actually, this is kind of like something I struggle with in all my fights. I actually feel really really bad about like hurting people afterwards. Like at least I'll give it a day or two. I'll feel really guilty about it, and then I'll be like, okay, it's just a sport. But
Yeah.
there's been a couple of times where like you mess someone up pretty bad. You think they might have like a pretty serious concussion.
Oh
So
man.
I definitely do pray for people before and after the fight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you have a sparring partner, correct?
Oh yeah. Well, right now I'm out of the gym, so I'm kind of just beating on my roommates, but they it'll do for the meantime.
So, what would be your next goal as far as the street beef? Let's say I'm gonna call it. Holden's gonna get 10 wins straight, and probably one loss will be probably
Right.
because some blood rained down. Hurt
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little, like get some blood.
Yeah,
cause blood
I don't
clot.
like that. I don't like that at all.
You don't like that, really?
I'm a dog. I like to fight, especially if I'm
Yeah.
bleeding. It's like, all right, let me prove myself now. Like this is the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
just said,
don't
I'm
call
one of
it.
those guys that once you start seeing blood, it's go time.
Yeah, I'm coming for you
Yeah, yeah. So
for
what's
sure.
the next move after street beef?
I'm definitely looking towards amateur promotions. I don't know exactly where it's going to be, but I have a couple of things kind of lining up. I have looking at fights in Vermont. Maybe I'm trying to get on Cagezilla in Virginia, but I just kind of keep building up the experience.
Yeah, yeah. So, have you thought about, and this is not necessary, but I've noticed the most prominent viewed street fighters have some sort of
Yeah,
character.
right.
Yeah, like Wing C with the wings,
Yeah,
Sawzone with the saw. I'm not saying you have to, because you can just be yourself and still
yeah.
dominate. Because look at Sensation. Sensation's been there. He's got nothing special going on, but he's just
That's
collecting
true.
wings.
He's the
Just
man.
collecting
Yeah,
wings.
that's all you got to do.
So have you ever
Um,
thought about that, or not really into that?
So no, currently my fighter name is the Hitman, Holden the
Okay.
Hitman. So I definitely want to play into that. Maybe I don't know exactly how I'll do that, but I do have a celebration lined up that I've been using for the past couple of years to blow the guns out after you
Oh,
get the
there you go.
knockout. Yeah, a little something for the fans, you know.
Yeah, something like that, or maybe a target. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be cool. Maybe some
I like
custom
that.
shorts or something like that. That'd be awesome.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's a good
That would be
idea.
dope. Yeah, yeah. So, I guess the next one I wanted to ask you is injuries. Um, what's the worst injury you've ever had that you would never want to get again?
Um, I'd say it's close. I tore my hamstring like kind of bad once, and then I broke my hand the last fight. The hand was just annoying.
Yeah,
You can't do anything for several months or whatever like that. So it kind of gets. I wouldn't want to break my hand again for sure.
yeah, yeah,
Got to start
yeah.
strengthening that up.
Um, let's give somebody who's new at Street Beef some advice. Um, something they should bring to the Street Beef that that's a given that you want to be prepared for at Street Beef. What's one thing they should bring with them? Should they bring what do you think?
You got to bring your water for sure. That's a must. And then you gotta bring your Vaseline. I totally forgot it my first fight. Thank God, my opponent actually gave me Vaseline before the fight. He was such a nice guy, and
That's dope.
because I didn't have my own, so I definitely could have got cut up or something like that. So
Oh,
definitely the Vaseline, and then maybe you got to get the hand wraps. I'd say as well, because that's
yeah,
why I broke my hand because I didn't wrap them.
yeah,
But
yeah. Would you go into
yeah,
Street Beefs? Would you go into Street Beefs with no prep?
no cup. I
That's
don't
it.
know. I don't think so. I've had too many run-ins. My kickboxing tournament, I got kicked in the nuts like 8 times.
Oh,
I was like,
eight times.
yeah. I was like, I'm trying to have kids, y'all. Like, chill.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
A
man.
little too many.
Oh, 8 times.
Yeah, it was excessive.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree. I'm pretty sure you can't trust every person's kick on
No,
the Street Beef.
no. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I know. At my age, they're trying to. If I was gonna fight you,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going straight for the highest I go is to your knees.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going that high. I'm trying to go for a head kick, and I end up hitting. You know,
You don't have the head mobility quite.
dude. I mean, well, how tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm probably hitting the top of your knee. Kidding. But no,
I mean, it's effective.
yeah, it is effective.
Yeah.
What is one technique that you've seen in kickboxing that you still, even though it's legal, it feels illegal?
It has to be the oblique kick.
Really?
Yeah, it feels so wrong to do, but I have like the perfect body type to do it. But every
Yeah.
time I do it, I feel so bad. It's like this is wrong.
Yeah.
But it's legal, so you gotta do what you gotta do.
Is it effective, or is it not really that effective?
No, it's effective, especially if you catch them at an angle. You kind of get like the outside of the knee, and it'll just cave in.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's rough.
Oh man. What is your favorite kick to the throw in kickboxing?
Oh, it has to be the question mark kick.
Question
I
mark.
I love showing off. I love hit a couple teeps and then hit them right in the face with the question mark kick, and yeah, it just makes me look cool.
So, who's your favorite UFC fighter
Ooh,
right now?
right now, um, the tough one. Probably Ilya Taporia right now. I just
Oh
think
yeah,
he's running through people, and
he
his
really
boxing
is.
is so crisp. But
No,
all
he's
time,
not. He doesn't change for anybody.
no, he's him, and you kind of got to live with it and just
Yeah,
watch him do his thing. I love
yeah,
that.
exactly. Do you have any? Well, let me ask you this. Yeah, so let's just say you get those. When you get those, when Holden the Hitman gets his 10 wins in Street Beef,
Hmm.
and you go amateur,
Yeah,
how many wins in the amateur would you want to go ahead and get before you go pro?
I don't think it's necessarily about a number. I just think it's whenever I feel ready with the experience.
Oh,
'Cause- but I would like to have a certain number of fights, but I'm not so worried about the win because everything resets when you go pro. I'm not worried about losing during amateur. I just want to be the best martial artist I can be.
Okay. Let's say you got 5 wins in the amateur.
Mm-hmm.
And you're being watched by an agent in one of your fights. And they want to offer you to be on the Ultimate Fighter. Would you join?
Tell me where to sign, and tell me where to sign. It doesn't matter. I could have 0 wins. An opportunity like that, I'm not passing that up. I don't care if I get chins. No, I'm taking my risk, and I'll have to die with whatever happens. But I'm definitely taking that opportunity.
Okay, so what's the first thing you're gonna do if you get to the Ultimate Fighter and you fucking win? What's the first thing you're gonna do?
Like right after I win?
Right after you win, and the show's over, you get to go home. Everybody's congratulating you. You get the money. You get the contract signing.
Yeah, I would definitely go spend time with my family. I think, and just kind of. I mean, like, just everybody who's kind of built me up on this journey and like stuck with me through that. Definitely celebrate with them. You
know what's gonna happen, right?
What?
Everybody in your neighborhood who's never fought you, who always wanted to fight you, is gonna be all in the comments. Me, bro. I bet you I beat you.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of those in the comments already. It's
already.
You should have seen the last comments on my post. Those are vicious.
Oh my god.
They were calling me like Stephen Crackboy Thompson.
As soon as the StreetBeef Fighter gets a win, I bet you I can beat him. Oh, that was luck, bro. I bet you I can beat him. Yeah. There's a lot of
Instagram coaches.
And they just want to tell them, sign up, bro, and we'll see what's up.
Let's see.
They're all just, how it is. They want to stay in the comments.
Keyboard warriors, yeah. Exactly. That's no fun, man.
Yeah. I guess the next one I ask you is, if you were been offered to get in a boxing fight, would you do it?
Yeah, I think I'll definitely do a boxing fight. Honestly, I feel like that's like kind of my strong suit. So I don't feel like I'm going to a boxing fight losing anything, if that makes sense.
Yeah. What's the most important punch to develop when it comes to boxing?
I'm gonna say the right hand. That's like pretty much your hardest hitting. Well, I mean, whatever your rear hand is, kind of that cross. The jab's very important to pro, but I think setting up the power hand is what's most important.
Oh.
That's the one that puts people out. The cross to the hook, it's over.
So do you think, because I've seen it, me as a watcher, of boxing, man, I watch boxing for quite a while. Those are people, when they really get their emotions into it, they tend to do a lot of headhunting. Do you agree that there's a little bit too much headhunting and not focus on the body as much?
I 100% agree with that. I think you gotta mix it up.
Yeah.
And body punching is like honestly one of the most important things. You zap people's cardio, and people don't want to get hit multiple times in the stomach. Ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you said you also did a little wrestling. Was it mostly like high school, college? Where's your wrestling from?
Yeah, so I wrestled my freshman and my sophomore year of high school, and then after that I played football instead.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it looks like you're basically multi-faceted. You're okay on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely okay with your legs.
Yeah.
And definitely, you got hands.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I'm feeling okay. Balanced.
You're feeling okay. All right.
For sure.
I guess the next question is, because I know some people who do want to go on StreetBeef, and it's always best to get information from somebody who's been there.
Yeah.
Is there any shit talking going on before you get to the fight? Like in the background, like your fight's coming up soon. Like you said, you don't know who you're fighting, right?
Well, the thing is, like, everybody will get there, and then they'll line you up, like, one by one in the cage, and they'll be like, all right, how much do you weigh? And then they'll just find a random person that's, like, kind of close to you, and then you get to see who you're fighting. Like, you kind of almost get to pick it out. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's how it
So
works.
you have an
Yeah.
idea. Yeah, you have an idea of who you're going against. You kind of get to size them up, and then they just call your name later.
Let's go. Okay.
Yeah, it's nice.
What's your preference for your next one? Would you prefer to win on the ground, a kick, or knockout punch?
I don't. So recently, I kind of like to visualize what I'm going to do before I do it, and it's not like I pick out a certain thing, but you can kind of feel it. And I've been feeling a head kick, so I'm a bank on that. I put your money on a head kick for sure. Head kick knockout.
Okay. So this is also I wanted to ask you too. I've been noticing on StreetBeef. I don't know if you've seen this. A lot of guys who trying to capitalize by pushing you to the fence. You ever seen it? They come running at you like, "Hey, look tall. You gotta get on him." So the first thing they want to do is they kind of swing crazy, swing crazy, get you against the fence, so they can go ahead and go against the fence. How do you defend against that?
Against the clinch on the fence?
Well, let's say the next time you find a guy, he's just swinging crazy. His only purpose is to get you to the fence because he thinks that he's got to get in.
Yeah. I would definitely just kind of use the lateral movement to if you move side to side, he's not going to be able to cut you off. I've watched a lot of Floyd Mayweather film, and I know how to get in and out of there, and kind of you just manage your distance well. Yeah, because he's not going to want to come in after a jab hits him or a jab 1-2.
Yeah. So, do you like to keep guys at a distance who are like 5 feet and below?
It definitely depends on the height. That kind of plays into the factor for sure, but I like to be in the pocket. I feel like that's where I can get my shots off the most, and I feel like I don't really hit. I mean, I don't hit like not hard, but I don't hit super hard. I just hit you a bunch of times really fast. That's kind of like, and I'm not looking to like really tense up and hit you really hard. I'm just trying to find the chin. It's all about placement and speed for me. And I feel like that kind of, if you don't think about it too much, you just let it go. They tend to fall. They always tend to fall.
Well, look, man, you definitely got something going for you. I'm be watching you. You definitely look like you're gonna get some wins with that kind of experience.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Where can we find you? Where can we follow you?
My Instagram is gonna be Holden 1 of 1, but I think that's about all I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to come on here. This has been awesome. I really enjoyed this, and yeah.
I want to thank you for coming to Support Your Boy podcast, man. You enjoy your night, and I can't wait to see you next time, bro.
You as well.